Nick, after being involved in military for all those years, and now you're going into the private sector. You said your location is there in Louisville, Tennessee. Each time you say Louisville, I keep going to think that you're in Kentucky, but it's Louisville, Tennessee. How many dogs do you currently handle? And you said primarily it's for obedience, and just a couple. I said a couple of different categories, but what's the name of your operation? How can people get in contact with you?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's Ears Up K9, Ears Dash Up K9 is the name of the company, and you know it's it's really like I don't know, like I guess when we talk about like I do a couple dogs at a time, 2-3 dogs at max. I'm doing this by myself, and I want to have as much one-on-one time as possible because I'm the one doing all the training. It's just me, so I maximize the time spent with the dog, and I have 2 Belgian Malinois on my own. So any dog I train is is extra, so it's a lot of work. Even just by myself with 3 other dogs. So it's that's about the max that I do. But as far as the training, I just want to touch on one thing that a lot of people may not really understand. It's not really about the sit down, stay, come aspect, because I really, buddy of mine said this before. He's like, I think a trained monkey can teach a dog to sit down and stay. It's not that hard, but it's the really hard part is to teach. See. Downstay.
Yeah,
look at that.
no, nobody taught him.
Yeah, trained monkey. But the biggest part is teaching the owners how to properly live with their dog and providing education to them on how to, establish structure. The foundation, is the most important thing, and have rules. I was talking to Rich earlier about just something basic that you can do with your dog or whatever, right? And like I told him you replace wanted behaviors with, or replace unwanted behaviors with wanted behaviors. You just change it up. You show the dog what is okay and what's not okay. And when you start establishing a house that it's calm and it's black and white, where inside is for laying down and relaxing, and outside is for training and running and playing and all that other stuff, that is when your dog becomes stable, and then your obedience can excel from there. But a lot of people don't have any of that. They don't have no obedience, and the dog is all over the place. He's running amok. He's jumping on couches. He's jumping on counters, eating the dinner off the counter. They're pissing in the house. They don't know kennel. It's complete chaos. So when that is done, and when I teach owners that, and I do that with every dog I have, they earn their freedom. It's called earned freedom, So they have to earn it through. They must do walk. It's almost like being in a boot camp, But then I give them more freedom as they earn it through training, and they start experiencing what off-leash freedom actually is, and they love it, and they're like, oh yes, I want more of this, and they start to appreciate the structure and the rules because they want to be led. They don't want to lead you. So that's actually the real training. The other part is, it's training, it goes with it, but like e-collar off-leash training is a lot different. It's way more in depth, obviously, but like the sit down, stay, the little basic stuff that anybody can do, that stuff is extra as far as like I like to build the relationship and set the tone for the entire house first. Because what's good at having a good obedient dog that has no rules? Doesn't make any sense. Right. Like you couldn't have a great obedient dog that had no structure. That doesn't exist. So structure is first.
So what are some things that
the difficult?
Go ahead, Dan.
The difficult part about that, though, would you say, Nick, is the fact that do you really have to work with the dogs more or with the owners more to get the end result?
Well, I hope it's the dogs more because I keep them for about 3 weeks. So if I
don't want to be around the owners.
Yeah, I can't keep the people for 3 weeks and then do 3 hours with the dog. That wouldn't work. But no, it's actually I do the least amount. Obviously, my turnovers are extensive. They're 3 to 4, probably like maybe 3.5 hours, depending on the package, right? On how much stuff. But anywhere from between 2 to 3.5 hours when they pick their dog up as to what the turnover is going to be with going over the paperwork and then application skills where I'm doing the commands and they're doing the commands and I'm critiquing them. They're going to mess up and then I'm going to fix them and then I'm going to show them the right way. And that is what I do on pickup. But when I have the dogs, for me, that's the easiest part because I like training the dogs. The turnover is not hard. It's just like monotonous because I do it a lot. But it's probably, I do less of that at the end, but it's probably the most important part because if they don't retain what I say or the way I train their dog and the paperwork I give them, if they don't keep up with it, the dog can go back from trained to back to his old ways in half an hour. Like, oh, they're back. They're not going to do nothing. They're not going to hold me accountable. Watch this. They're going to do what you allow them to do.
Yeah.
So.
I'm choking over here. I got to get some water. Yeah.
All right.
Well, that was one of the reasons why I asked that question, is because I was wondering about the owners, as opposed to you've been doing this, for a better portion of your life, working with these dogs, both in a military basis, but then also now in the private sector. So you can see this and have much more realization for it. I'm just looking at now. I would still think that you have to teach the owners a little bit more about how to keep carrying on with the same protocol that you would want them to do to have a successful time period with their pet.
Yeah, that's really, why I say that it's 10% trainer, 90% owner. What I do is a small part of the dog's future. If you keep up with everything I've done, you're going to be okay. Practice 10. I said people give me a couple sessions a day. We don't want to train over 15 minutes a session. So, give me 30 minutes a day out of your day to train your dog and keep up with certain things, keep drilling stuff. Or they'll know that you're not going to make them, you're not going to hold them accountable, and they'll go back to being what they were before. So it does, 10% of me, I say 10%, 90 of them, because they got to keep doing it. It doesn't matter if I train the dogs. If I don't train the people, the dog ain't going to do nothing.
So how long do you think the owners need to put in per day?
That's what I said. Yeah, so like 30 minutes a day. I mean, not even, maybe 20. I mean, you just need to do a couple sessions.
Just reinforcing what they've already learned, or
you gotta keep up with. Yeah, I mean, I have Gage, which is the best dog in the world by far, and
of course.
Okay.
Oh,
next to Quinn.
So, well,
that's just
this.
so she's here.
We got 2 UFC Hall of Famers here, so we got to talk about fighting.
Please do. Yeah.
So,
enough about me, man. I'm here to talk to y'all.
Do you think Milo could take Gage 3 rounds, 5 minutes?
I don't know.
You
You probably
stand-up fight, or he wasn't.
Anything goes. Headbutt and everything.
I'd have to refer to my counsel, Michael Vick.
What kind of dog is Milo?
Yeah, he didn't say.
You didn't tell us.
Milo is an English Shepherd, and he's actually too smart for his own britches. He knows how to work the system.
He's too smart for you.
He knows what to do with Mama, and he knows what he can't get away with me.
Oh, he's English, so he'll probably retreat. But, oh no, that's a French, right? That's a French.
Now they just throw it down and run now.
Yeah.
They just got beat.
How much does Milo weigh?
Probably right around 40, 45 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, let's talk about some fighting too, though. Yeah. What do you think?
What did you get any fights in the Navy?
No, not any. No.
Nah. What about growing up? Do you have any
retreat? Right.
Yeah. What about growing up? Were you a fighter in school?
I mean, I got in fights. I don't know. Like I've been in fights in my life. Yeah, I mean, quite a few probably. But seems like, growing up, I've been in fights. I got beat up, of course. I've won. I've lost. We've all won and lost.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just think it just makes you who you are, and it just makes you a hardened soul. And I don't know. That's how I think everyone should have their ass beat at least once.
I think there should be a government agency like the IRS that whoops your ass once a year, need it or not, just so you get that respect for people that know you that never had their ass kicked.
No, they need it.
Yeah,
Especially now.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's be honest.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite fighter?
These two.
President? No, you can't. You can't. He can't.
My favorite fighter, president or not?
Any all time.
God, that's a loaded question.
Okay, give me.
It's hard. Like I like so many fighters. Like I swear to, I watch old fights. Like I watch old Pride fights, old UFC fights. I watch the UFC 1.
You still got working VCR?
Yeah, my mom does. She just made some CDs off of one other day. She was asking me how to work it. I said, "Shit, I don't know."
No, give me some names, man. Give me some names.
Man, so, it's like all over the place, But like I grew when I was younger. I was watching, I seen Dan, I seen Don. I didn't, back way back, a long time ago. Because I used to watch Pride, and I graduated in '97. I don't know how I started watching MMA, but I've been watching MMA. I feel like my whole day, like a long time. I don't know, I remember seeing Horace Gracie fight, so I've been fighting. I've been watching for a long time, but. Coming up, like, it's just, obviously, I always like kind of attract myself towards the brawlers, because I think back then I was just wanting to see somebody get knocked out, and that was the biggest thing. And so if you see someone knock someone out, you're like, I want to see that again. That was just kind of the way it was when I was a kid, because even where I was from, we didn't, like, as far as, like, Dan, like, there was no wrestling. We didn't have wrestling in my county, so I didn't grow up around it. So if I see someone wrestling, I'd be like, what are they doing? And I wouldn't even understand it, because I'm not even from a place that has wrestling in their entire conference.
Yeah.
It's all football. We don't have MMA either, but there was like karate classes across Taekwondo or something. I think Dan's got a question.
No. Actually, not a question, just a statement, really, because
They keep your finger down, boy.
They never looked upon wrestling as being a martial arts. Did not look upon wrestling as a martial art really whatsoever. So it was, and I never really would have looked at wrestling as a martial art, but it's a sport though that you learn to control your opponent a great deal, and that's what I would look for, was control and try to prevent them from smacking me, because getting smacked is a little overrated in my book, anyway.
I don't think anyone
so
wants to get hit in the face.
we've never asked him on the air, but Dan, who was your favorite fighters? I've never asked you that.
Yeah, but I mean, the sport was not there. I mean, again, looking at that one sport, but I mean, prior to that, I watched boxing. So obviously, I like watching someone like a Mike Tyson, because of his aggressive nature, and near simply known that if you stop to put your beer down, the boxing match might be over just that quickly, because he finished off so many people in that first round.
Usually,
he was very aggressive, very powerful, and I think he took a lot of people off guard because of that stature. Even though he was shorter than most of his opponents, he just possessed a great deal of power, the way he could torque that body into the punches.
Yeah, but as far as the MMA goes, who do you say, wow, that guy's a good fighter, he's well-rounded, you got to have some.
Well, again, I'm going to look at I look at the wrestlers still as being the most dominant force, but these are now wrestlers that now have added more of the boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai arsenal to their repertoire. I mean, when you look at the top 10 fighters per weight class, you're still going to see 8 or 9 of them are going to be wrestlers that have done exactly that. To me, the sport of wrestling, why I go back to why I put over the sport of wrestling is there's a lot of, I think it pertains to a lot of life lessons even today. You're only going to get out of life what you put into it, same way that the sport of wrestling, you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. I know that Nick liked playing football. I go, well, what position, Nick, did you enjoy playing football at?
Yeah, I think I started playing like fullback. I think it was when I first started, and I moved to play a little bit of quarterback. Played that for a while. Played some tight end when I was in high school. Further in high school, there I had things established, and I fit in better at tight end for what my height and my hands and stuff like that. Had good hands, so I kind of moved from quarterback to a tight end, which is kind of, I guess somebody just did that. They're trying to do that now, aren't they? Tim Tebow's doing that for the Jags. He's trying out at tight end, but I
hope he makes it, man. I hope he makes it.
Yeah.
I like Tebow.
Yeah, but he's kind of excited. So I played a lot of tight end. So all through high school, like basically on varsity level, I played tight end. The only bad thing that sucks is we had a running football team. So we only threw the ball like 4 or 5 times a game. So you're doing a lot of you're just a glorified lineman, really. You're doing a lot of blocking for the.
I wonder if it had anything to do with the guy throwing the ball.
Or catching the ball.
Yeah, or catching the ball.
No, it wasn't with catching. But I tell you what, he could probably run faster than he could throw. So, his accuracy in throwing probably. I mean, not saying he was a bad thrower, but the boys we had playing quarterback and running back were lightning. So we're running the option. We're running pulling a tackle with a 2-pitch. So we're pulling a tackle and let that guy get on the outside. So get on the outside, get to that corner, and we did pretty good. You know, we were pretty damn. We didn't ever lose.
A bunch of hillbillies. Huh?
Well, I mean, no, not really. I went, public school. You get all walks of life. So like down there, down in Marshville where I went to, it was you got everyone. White guys, black guys. Just pretty much that's pretty much what it was. But I mean, it's just all mixed in, and like them boys can run. And I can't run that fast, so I'm a blocker. Or I catch a ball a couple of times, but. Went to state, went to semifinals for state. So we had a pretty good team. Forest Hills Yellow Jackets were the team that you ain't want to see. So, and we've cleaned up in conference. Now, I don't think we lost a conference game my entire high school career.
Wow. Did you ever have dreams of going to college and playing?
Yeah, I think I would have made it.
Were there ever any opportunities? Were there any opportunities for you to, any recruiters or anything like that, talk to you about potentially going on to college for maybe some scholarship money?
Yeah, I'd mentioned earlier, like I wish my grades were better. I probably focused more in school a little bit, I didn't have shit. I wasn't like a failure, but like I made some B's. I made a lot of C's, back and forth, whatever.
B's?
Yeah, I know, right? I thought that was like an A.
Yeah.
When I got a B, I was like,
so excited,
look,
man.
Mom, I got a B.
I got a B.
She was like, that's what's up. Like, she was happy too.
Yeah.
She was never expecting me to get an A, probably, anyway. But I got an A in weightlifting.
Some goals are just unattainable,
I got an A in weightlifting. That's what I was like, yeah. Where was I? Shoot, I forgot where I was going.
The college.
Oh, yeah, the college. Yeah, I think that if I was in a different setting where they threw the ball more and where I had more opportunities, you're only as good as the passes you catch if you're a tight end or, you can be a blocker, I guess, whatever. But when you have guys that are running and going to college, going to high-end colleges, and they're like fast runners, you're running the ball a lot, they're the main focus, it seems like. So I didn't have really a lot of opportunities in football, not because I wasn't good, just because I didn't have the ball thrown to me a lot, So I was a holder, like, for like extra points and shit, because you gotta have good hands to catch the ball, put it down. You have a decent hands, so I definitely had good hands, but I didn't have the opportunities that I wish I had. If I was at a passing school, I would have more opportunities in my life, maybe been a different route. But whatever.
You wouldn't be sitting here.
Everything happens for a reason, though. Yeah, maybe I would.
Yeah, you would, huh? For a different reason.
NFL, retired now.
Turn fighter.
Yeah, who knows, right? Yeah.
Be fighting. Who's fighting all these YouTube guys and stuff?
Jake Paul,
Jake Paul fighting.
Yeah. I'd fight him today.
Yeah, I think you'll whoop him.
Just because I don't like him. No training right now.
Yeah.
Let me finish my drink. Because I don't want that. I don't think the ice will melt that fast. Maybe it would.
Hey, so let's go back. I keep wanting to go back to the progression of your military, because you ended up running the show for like all of Italy and some Africa.
Then I retired. Boom.
That's it. Done. Okay. Good night, guys. Thanks for listening in, and that one lady that.
I got a whole bunch of questions.
One viewer that's a female. Please don't take offense of the woman joke on training. Okay.
Yeah. We're talking about Quinn.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So
are we sure that's the correct pronoun?
Yeah. She, he, whatever you are today.
Hey. Whatever you want to be.
Whatever you want to be. Whatever you identify with.
You can be a freaking chip. I don't care.
I identify as a chip today.
I identify as a glass of whiskey today. What about you? What do you identify as today? What do you identify as today? A cigar?
Never thought about it.
Cheers.
9 times out of 10, you can identify as a grumpy fucker over here.
Hey.
Just don't call him one to his face.
Yeah, no, I was looking at you.
Me? Oh. What's your point? And?
So
are you just stating the obvious?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everyone already knows me, so it's okay.